How do the top 0.1% actually invest their money? Most people think they prioritize stocks and real estate, but that's completely wrong. I bought my first stock at 19, a rental property, when I was 21. I was voted #1 angel investor in all of Canada. I've even invested in companies alongside founders of Google and even Jay-Z. And here's what I've learned. The top 0.1% follow a completely different strategy than you'd think. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 stages of how the wealthy actually invest their money, even if you're starting from scratch. Stage 1, invest in your foundation. The best thing you can do is invest in getting ready to receive. This is non-negotiable. First off, we need to prioritize your health, both mental and physical, because that's the baseline for everything else. Once you get rich, the only thing you care about is that you feel good about yourself having that money. If you're healthy, have 1,000 goals and dreams. If you're unhealthy and sick in the hospital, you've got one goal: survival. That's it. So, we have to prioritize our fitness, sleep, and nutrition. These directly impact your brain and how well you can make decisions. My best investment has always been in myself because this is the one asset I'll take with me for the rest of my life. If your vehicle, your body, is dialed in, everything else is easier. Here's a simple hack: go to an expensive gym and pay for it. When you invest money, you give it attention. You prioritize it. And the best part, you'll be surrounded by other ambitious people, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and individuals who will challenge and inspire you. Cheap gyms attract less motivated crowds. Expensive gyms attract serious players. Surrounding yourself with driven people raises your standards automatically. Say hello, network, observe. Even just this small step sets you apart. Health is just the baseline. Stage 2 is where things start to turn for you financially. Stage 2, invest in your skills and knowledge. The best investment, hands down, is buying better thinking. Pay for access to expertise, pay for shortcuts, pay for blueprints. If someone spent 20 years mastering something, why waste your time reinventing the wheel? Learning from their experience is a direct shortcut to success. I remember when my 12-year-old son bought his first digital course. He realized that to become valuable in the future, he had to pay to learn from people who already know the answers. Books and coaches have been my top investments for over 2 decades. I've read and integrated over 600 business books into my life, shared them with ICE, and applied their lessons practically. Coaches, in particular, transform skills into results. The knowledge alone doesn't change your life, implementation does. Mentorship is a game changer. I turned teachers into mentors, emailing authors whose work impacted me. Many of them responded, leading to lasting relationships. Most people miss this because they can't immediately see the raw why. They learn just in case, instead of just in time. Most of my learning is applied immediately to solve problems. Almost 20 years ago, I read Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. I was introverted and didn't want to network, but the book taught me how to connect effectively. Today, networking is a core part of my life. Workouts, hikes, meetings on boats, all of these are extensions of the principles I learned from that book. To level up your skills, build a Centurion Council, a list of 100 mentors, 25 authors, 25 operators, 25 coaches, and 25 peers slightly ahead of you. Consume their content, test their methods, and then connect or hire them. Use the PAIC script: proof, ask, close. Show that you've applied their ideas, ask a concise question, and close the interaction professionally. This habit builds relationships that accelerate your growth exponentially. Stage 3, invest in your business. The 0.1% don't guess, they buy speed. Your business is your cash-producing engine. Invest in it like your life depends on it, because it does. First, invest in the right gear. A slow computer or outdated phone kills productivity. Better tools lead to faster output and better results, just like a roofer buying a nail gun instead of hand nailing shingles. Second, invest in blueprints and playbooks. Pay for the experience and knowledge of those who've already done what you want to do. Consultants, coaches, and mentors in specialized areas can save years of trial and error. For instance, I'm constantly connecting with talented individuals online. Sometimes an hour their time costs nothing, other times it might be 30,000, but that investment buys insights they spent decades acquiring. Third, hire for leverage. Most entrepreneurs keep all knowledge bottlenecked through themselves. Hire experts in each department to improve efficiency. Your team's growth multiplies your business growth. Recently, my creative director built a mastermind of peers from around the industry. They shared best practices, lessons learned, and mutual accountability. Proximity equals acceleration. I know firsthand the power of coaching in business. My first 2 companies failed over 7 years. When I hired a business coach named Bob, we hit nearly $1 million in revenue within 12 months. That's the impact of learning from someone who's already walked the path. Investing in people to buy back your time is also key. You're not just growing your business, you're reclaiming your life. Quarterly, I set aside 20-30% of profits for reinvestment. The focus should be on areas constrained by bottlenecks: marketing, sales, delivery. Don't let cash pile up, just in case. Keep it invested, forcing growth. Most entrepreneurs see around a 50% return on reinvestment in their business before branching into other financial assets. Stage 4, invest in financial assets. Most people do this first, but that's a mistake. Stocks, index funds, and real estate keep you rich. They don't make you rich. The primary wealth engine is your operating company. Once your business generates cash, that's when you can safely diversify. Stocks, REITs, or ETFs are safe options for long-term growth and peace of mind. They ensure you're not reliant solely on your business. Don't overcomplicate it. These are tools for stability, not aggressive growth. My first real estate investments taught me this lesson. During the financial crisis, I bought cheap homes thinking I was savvy, only to find they were practically unlivable. Stick to what you know best. If your primary business is software focused there, rich people often leverage financial assets strategically. Think Elon Musk. Most of his wealth is tied to Tesla stock. He can borrow against it without triggering taxes using the buy, borrow, die strategy. Buy the asset, borrow against it tax-free, and leave it to heirs through a family trust. This maximizes wealth without unnecessary taxes. Practical allocation advice. Put some money aside in low-risk investments like index funds to create a foundation. It might not make you rich, but it provides security. Consider giving 10% to charity or causes you care about. It trains generosity and returns value in unexpected ways. Reinvest in yourself constantly. Courses, coaching, books, seminars. Even if you make $35 in a month, the smartest move is to invest in personal growth. Reinvest in your team. Upgrade people around you. When they grow, your business grows. Another key thing to understand is the mindset behind every investment the top 0.1% make. It's not about short-term gains or following trends, it's about leverage. They look for opportunities where a small amount of capital or effort creates outsized results. That's why they invest heavily in themselves first. Your health, your skills, your network, these are compounding assets. The better you are, the more opportunities you can spot and act on. Also, don't underestimate the power of consistency. Investing once isn't enough. The wealthy treat investments like habits. You need to invest in yourself every day, whether it's reading, networking, practicing skills, or learning from mentors. Small repeated actions over time compound far more than a single big move. Finally, always measure the ROI not just in money but in growth, skills, and relationships. Every dollar, every hour, every conversation is an investment. When you start viewing your time and resources this way, you naturally start thinking and acting like the top 0.1%. Even if you're starting from nothing, adopting this mindset will put you years ahead of most people. Wealth begins in your choices, not just in your bank account. Finally, make a commitment today. Start prioritizing your health. Begin investing in yourself. Learn, network, and implement what you learn. The sooner you adopt this mindset, the faster your returns will compound, both financially and personally. Even if you have no money, start by subscribing to newsletters, reading books, and learning free strategies to grow your skills. Investing in yourself is the first step to investing successfully. The top 0.1% didn't start wealthy. They followed this process intentionally and consistently. You can too. Remember, the formula is simple but powerful. Invest in your foundation. Invest in your skills. Invest in your business. And then invest in financial assets. That's how wealth is built and preserved for generations. If you want more guidance and insights from me, click the link below and subscribe to my newsletter. Every week, I share tips on mindset, entrepreneurship, and growth, all for free. Even with no capital, you can start building the foundation today. Start now, invest in yourself, and watch how your life changes.